It was a dark, cold November night in 1999 when my life was ruined. I was 4 years old in the deep countryside of Wally, Alabama. Big Mama's couch. A place that was once the center of joy and splendor. Tonight, it became the complete opposite. On this fateful night in 1999, their family, Mom, Dad, Big Brother, and of course myself, crowded around the giant box floor television to settle in for a movie marathon. The movies? Child's Play, 1, 2, 3, and Bride. I like dolls. Well, I like dolls. Past tense. This will be fun, I thought, as I lovingly hugged my favorite baby doll. Wrong. For 6 hours and 2 whole excruciating minutes, I watched in terror as my childhood crashed around me. That favorite baby doll I mentioned? No longer in my arms. No longer loved by me. Instead, in the corner until we leave. The trunk when we go, and the trash when we arrive home. I'm side-eyeing you, baby doll. I'm watching your every move. Let's fast forward about 5 years. I'm 9. I think I'm over my fear. Hey family, let's go see the new Chucky movie. November 12th, 2004, Seed of Chucky came out, and unbeknownst to me, that fear I thought I got over trickled back into my mental. I lasted 30 minutes. Barely past the opening credits. Pure terror as I rushed into the adjacent theater to sit through a safe, kid-friendly movie. It took a few years to get over my fear. Few as in 10. Few as in 11. Truthfully, it took me until I was 17 to realize how silly my fear was. I'm 23 now. For the past 6 years, I've watched the Child's Play series front to back and back to front. What once placed fear into my tiny, frightened heart now alleviates me on my worst days. What once was the bane of my existence now serves as a collection of joy. Although I'm finally over my fear of Chucky, I'm still eyeing these baby dolls. I'm still watching them.
I went to my preacher, but my soul couldn't be redeemed, so I loaded up my pistol. But the firing pin was a dud, too much.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Dumpster Dive with your host Amber, J Nasty, and Pepper, where we analyze the worst of the worst in awful horror flicks and allow adult beverages to give us a great sense of humor about it.
Tonight we dug out another cult classic. This week we were watching Child's Play 2 from 1990, and it was starring Brad Dourif as Chucky. Now, this Amber, this was your pick, wasn't it? Do you want to get us started? What made you pick this movie?
Alright, like I was saying in the intro, this movie terrified me as a kid. Child's Play series was the worst thing in life to me. But as an adult, it's like the best thing in life to me. It's like my favorite.
It's silly as hell now, right?
It's so funny. It's like not just funny, but it's like hella entertaining. So I was like, if we're gonna watch movies that used to shit scare me, but now they're good as hell, let's talk about these. Some people are gonna be like, these are bad. And low key they're bad. There's a lot of as you like to say, film clubs, but yeah. I personally love these movies.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like that one, the one that I showed you and RJ, the one that had me traumatized about ventriloquist dummies for years, and I'm sitting here showing it to you guys, they're gonna be terrified of this, and y'all were laughing at me for being, traumatized by it. Yeah, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and then because I wouldn't watch it, and then I looked at it after y'all were, kind of roasting me about it. I was like, yeah, this is fucking stupid right now. I don't know. It's all in. I guess it's all in where you're at upstairs when you watch it. And you were what, 3 years old?
I was 3, 4 years old when this movie came out.
I was 5 or 6 when I saw that, and the Zuni fetish doll and Trilogy of Terror, so it messed me up. But then I watched it again. I'm like, you got to be kidding me right now.
Right.
This is nothing.
Yeah, as an adult, these movies are not scary whatsoever. It's just kind of it's comical because you're I don't understand. How are you not beating the crap out of this doll? Why have you not picked this doll up and beaten his head against the ground? But as a child, though, it's just wait a minute, I have dolls. Are my dolls going to come up in the middle of the night and kill me? Is my doll going to suffocate? Let me be nice when I'm brushing my doll's hair because I don't want him to
just turned his head and looked at you and said,
yeah.
you're brushing too hard.
Yeah. Bitch, you better stop, you know, and like I don't want his eyes like kind of winking at me or whatever. So, you know, it's like as a child though, it was very scary, but as an adult now, I'm like, I don't understand like how this doll has this knife up against this bitch's throat. Like how has she not, you know, picked this doll up and beaten him against the concrete? It's funny, you know?
If my pet monster ever started talking to me when I was a kid, I'd have shit my underoos, and that would have been the last you'd heard about me.
I think a lot of it has to do with like when you're a kid though, you believe in like magic and anything can happen and blah blah blah. But when you're an adult, you start looking at things logically, like really.
Yeah, really?
So you're telling me this 3-pound doll is gonna overtake me? Like,
Yeah.
Right on.
You're gonna jump on me and I'm just gonna be thrown to the floor? Like,
yeah.
Good try, bro. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this 2-inch doll is gonna jump up to the doorknob and open the door and come in after me and kill me.
Right. But when you're a kid, you're like, oh, here's my baby doll. Cause I'm the only girl in my family. Like, I have 2 older brothers, so I'm the only. And all of their, like, my oldest brother, Jay Nasty. His girlfriend just give me baby dolls, so I was like, I love them, and then I ain't love them after this.
Ah, the new kids on the block dolls.
Those are good. They had rat tails.
And earrings.
They did. Those were my first dolls with earrings. They were cool. But I feel like as you get older, you start just looking at them and you're just like, because I remember when Sita Chucky came out, and I was always trying to get over my fear of Chucky. And my mom, for some reason, she was like, I know my kid is terrified of this shit, but we're gonna buy this movie anyways. And our other brother was watching it, and I was like, I would sit on the stairs. He was like, we watching in my mom's room because that's the only place that had the DVD player. And we'd be like watching it. I'll be like watching it from the stairs, like, and then. And now that I think about it, I ran out of See the Chucky when we went to go see it in theaters. I ran out of that movie and ended up because of Winn-Dixie, which is technically a scary-er movie.
Yeah, I guess so. You look at it that way.
It scares you because it's boring.
Terrifying.
No, but talking about the movie, we watched it. We were toasted, but we were like just.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stay away from vodka for quite some time.
Oh, that night was the worst night.
Yeah.
But it gave us really great commentary, which leads me into my first question. What is your favorite death of the movie?
My favorite death of the movie is probably in the beginning where they had, you know, the whole Frankenstein moment where, you know, I guess Chucky comes back to life in the doll and you have all the electricity shooting from the Chucky doll through the machine and into the guy, and then it ends up blowing him 30 fucking feet through the wall or through, no, it was the glass. They had that, like, for whatever reason, single pane glass.
Because the CEO doesn't mix with
yeah, he doesn't mix with the, you know, whatever. Blows him through the glass like the goddamn Kool-Aid man. And I'm like, there's no way that, like, these movies are funny to me because it's like, I understand it's a movie, but it's like, am I supposed to suspend my belief in physics all of a sudden? Like, there's no way that that's possible. Right. Like, it was just so ridiculous to me.
Okay, that's freaky.
This part is the crazy part.
The eyeball. And it's electrocuting him.
They're watching this man die.
The machine?
Those are Home Alone special effects.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey! Like I said, like, I always say, like, eyes are the windows to the soul. So I took that scene because, you know, I'm so artistic and I interpret things. I interpreted it as, like, the fact that the lightning shot out of his eyes to kill somebody is like a I'm back moment.
Oh, I never thought about that.
First of all, that should have been the first moment where the CEO was like, you know, maybe this has...
Yeah, maybe I should have paid attention to this.
What about you, Robin? What's your favorite?
My favorite was near the end when Kyle and Andy were in the factory and they're trying to escape the doll. And for some unknown reason, the only escape route they had was to climb up a conveyor belt and push the dolls out of the way that were, you know, getting their eyeballs, you know, pushed into their heads, and climb through the hole to get to the door over there, which of course it was locked and they couldn't get through. So then they had to come back through and you know, try another route to escape. Well, when it ended up, you know, messing up the conveyor belt, well, the one of the adults in the building, which
only adult in it.
Yeah.
The one employee on the midnight
who had
shift.
no idea that people broke into the warehouse and that, you know, people were trying to, you know, escape and all this other stuff. Had no idea any of that was going on. But when he goes
the shittiest night watchman known to man.
When he goes to fix the problem and he's like pushing the dolls out of the way and he's down there laying on the conveyor belt. Oh no, what's going to happen here? All of a sudden he has the eyeball shoved into his head, and like,
Right.
you know, to me that was just, it was just funny because it was just like, really, like,
That scene pissed me off because it's like, how do you have a full, because they show you how big the factory is in the beginning of the movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how you have a fully operational factory, every part of the factory is open, but you got one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One guy. And he's so inept, he can't tell that there's like a kid and a child running around in the fucking warehouse.
And on top of that, there's a dog real
Yeah.
close behind them. Like,
You know, that was the best kill to me, you know?
All right, my favorite has to do with my favorite quote. I'm just like, how's it hanging, Phil? To that.
Oh, this is where you get that part from? That's where you get that?
Yeah, so it's the scene, Andy is on a mission. This man is armed to the teeth with one electric turkey carver.
Which my mom used to have one of those turkey cutters, but I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was new technology.
No, this man, he goes down in the basement. He's like, all right, Chucky, I'm through with the shit. I am with it now. Like, you want to come after me? Plot twist, bitch. Your ass is grass. So he goes down there. He ruins the people's laundry, starts stabbing in there. First of all, do you know how expensive sheets are? Andy would have got his ass beat.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
he's got a hole in the laundry.
But the dad comes downstairs. He starts creeping down. He's like, what is going on? What's all this noise? He comes down. He's like, Andy? And Andy just stops with a turkey cutter. He's like, and the guy's like, put it down. And then Chucky comes and gorilla modes this man. Grabs him with, I don't know, is it like a,
It was a hook of some type.
Like a
I can't
cane or
think of what
something?
kind of hook you would need in a garage.
right, because I'm like, it can't be a fireplace poker. Whatever the case, this
I feel like
man-
it was something for a fireplace,
I
whatever.
feel like it is, like a flue cleaner. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I know what a flue is, but he just comes gorilla modes the man, flips him on a thing, and this is when he finally realized.
He's like dangling by his ankle.
Right, he's like, how's it hanging, Phil? And Phil's like, oh shit, this kid is not as crazy as I thought.
Yeah, he's actually alive.
Right, and he just drops him on the neck.
Is that a battery-powered turkey carver?
How's it hanging, Phil?
Oh, he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it. No, he ain't gonna make it.
This is my favorite scene. This is my favorite quote from this movie.
And then the mom comes downstairs and she thinks like this 6-year-old just murdered her whole ass husband.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what kind of loser did you marry that a 6-year-old murdered him?
Right.
Yeah.
Those parents were dicks though.
Yeah, they needed to go.
Except for the mom, she tried, but she was also a dick.
Oh yeah, she did have a good. Well, no, she didn't really have a good death because, you know, she's at the
It's
sewing
off screen,
machine,
yeah.
but you think that she's at the sewing machine, and that like when you know when they turn her body around, that like maybe her eyes were sewn shut or something.
That would have been a better one, yeah.
Yeah, but all they did was slit her throat. So it's just like, well, that wasn't
And
even.
tied a nice scarf around her neck.
Yeah, I'm like, that wasn't even a good death. Like, I was expecting, you know, her death to be so much more. I mean, it was traumatic, but I was expecting, you know, something different. You know, I was expecting, you know, maybe something with the sewing machine being there that she would have somehow been sewn together or something. But
With that being said, what is like your absolute like worst moment?
I think my worst moment is when Kyle's trying to escape, and yet, you know, she's in the car, and somehow Chucky was able to get a knife to her throat. And it was
Held
this.
her hostage.
Yeah, it held her hostage, and I'm like, what did he give you? Like, did you need a leg up to be able to reach her throat? Because I mean, you're like this little tiny doll, but yet you're somehow able to hold a knife to her throat. You know, it was
He
just
like pulls out a step stool. He's like, all right, you just
Yeah,
wait a second.
I know.
You're about to pick me up, and I'm gonna take you.
yeah. Hold on a second. Let me get the step stool. Wait, hold on. The little legs aren't coming apart. All right, hold on. So she's like, oh yeah, well, you know, basically puts her seatbelt on for, you know, to be safe, and then slams on the brakes in order to have Chucky fly through the window, and she tries to run him over, and he gets out of the way. And all that, you're just like, why did you not just pick him up? It's a doll, and throw him out the window. Like, how are we at this point where he's holding her hostage? I don't understand that. You know, he's got these little tiny little T-Rex arms. It's not like he's gonna go out there and like be able to swing. Just kind of hold this little body out there and just throw him out the window, you know?
And I feel like that's what a lot of people like think about. They're like, well, well, he got possessed by Charles Lee Ray, so therefore, like, no, sis, you can go ahead and stop because he didn't take on his weight.
Yeah, it's not like 45 pounds now, you know.
Because let me tell you, if he took on his weight and he was in that little ass doll body, he wouldn't be moving as fast as he's moving.
Yes.
No.
He's light as a feather. He's light as goose down.
Yeah. It's like, now as he becomes more human, he gets heavier. No, I don't think that's it. It's just kind of ridiculous to me that, you know, like, why didn't she just pick him up and throw him out the window? I mean, obviously, because then the movie would be over, but, you know.
Right.
Well, I mean, we're talking the ridiculousness of stuff, and, you know, since we're bringing it up, I think my most unbelievable part to the movie is you kind of have to go back to the end of Child's Play 1. If you remember the end of the movie, you've got Andy, his mom, Prince Humperdinck's partner, who finally at the end realized, oh my God, something's up with this doll.
Right.
And it's like, you have 3 adults, 2 of them are cops,
right,
telling you this happened. Let's not talk the blood splatter from when the doll was shot, that I can only imagine the DNA testing was from Charles Lee Ray.
Right.
And it's like, nope, we still don't believe this fucking story. Like, it's just a doll. Everybody else is fucking crazy. Like CEO at the beginning of the movie. It's like, no,
Right.
this never really happened. Like, no, it kind of did, because explain how, with all this mountain of evidence, this is not what really fucking happened here.
Speaking of which, before I tell you guys what my least favorite part of that movie, and to go off track a little bit, Child's Play 1, why did Chucky stay in that box so long to let a peddler sell him to a mother?
Yeah,
Why did he get back in the box?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like,
Well, it's just like the hammer in Child's Play 1.
why did they put a real hammer in a kid's toy box?
This fucking thing
That's
is
the only
not
thing that's real.
This thing is not supposed to be able to hammer nails in a wall, but it was enough to hammer like a hole in Aunt Maggie's head and send her flying through the fucking window.
I think for me, my worst part in Child's Play 2 is that it's just towards the beginning as well, where like it's after the guy got electrocuted and the CEO was telling his like lackey or whatever, he's like, shove the doll up your ass. The man takes the doll to his car. First of all, it's pouring down rain. His car is full of toys because that's okay apparently. And he has a whole mistress with a car full of toys, really.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell finds that attractive, but whatever.
But it's the part he throws the doll in, and within 3 scenes, the doll has changed positions 4 times. I don't think it's a purposeful thing. I don't think that the filmmakers were like, you know what, and let's just change him back this way.
Oh my God,
and change
you're
him back
right.
This way, and then change him back. Listen to that. He threw him in, right?
Yeah.
And his head was pointing towards the passenger side's back door. Then when you look in that scene,
Look!
yeah, exactly.
Wow, film flub.
Exactly. And then you look over here, and now he's sitting up, and you don't notice that the doll is sitting up? The man didn't notice. By the time he ends up at the liquor store, the doll is sitting upright.
Paying for his shit with his gold card because I'm
yeah.
so important.
On top of that, like, to go on to that scene, when Chucky holds him up with a plastic gun, a water gun at that. I don't know anybody that keeps a full water gun anywhere, because...
Yeah, with water in it.
And the thing is, this man didn't feel this plastic doll hand caressing his face.
Yeah.
And this plastic gun sitting on his cheek. And then on top of that, like, where did this man think that he had room in his back seat, which is full of toys, to have a full-grown man come lay back there, hide, and then jack him?
Okay, so look, so we figured out that this is, Child's Play 2 is Amber's favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Chucky movie out of the whole series?
I like Bride of Chucky. I mean, I'm a big fan of Jennifer Tilly,
She's great. She's fantastic.
and I think, you know, it's just kind of like this whole movie was kind of like a Romeo Juliet,
Like Bonnie and
Bonnie and
Clyde.
Clyde. You know, like they're committing crimes together as dolls, and you know the love is strong with these two. And it's just like
With Jack Tripper hot on their heels.
yeah, you know, it's the love is strong, but the hate is also strong in the movie. You know, and it's just kind of like it's funny. You know, it's cute. It had its little moments and stuff like that. And to me, it was just like I liked it. You know, I thought it was funny. So.
To be quite honest, I love any Child's Play movie with Jennifer Tilly in it.
I don't see her as anything other than Bonnie Swanson after Family Guy. Seth MacFarlane ruined that for me. But, okay, so I gotta say, out of the whole series, I'm a Child's Play 3 dude, personally. Because, I saw it in the movie theater when it came out. See, I never got into this one. I was always Child's Play 3, like when he went to the fucking...
military school?
The military school, that's right.
I don't think I saw the third one.
Yeah, I saw Child's Play 3 in the theater.
What? You're
Yeah.
old as shit. Elderly.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago. Like, there were so many silly moments in it. Like when he killed the major of the military school, and he comes out of the closet like screaming, and like he doesn't even get to kill the dude because he dies from a heart attack. He's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" Like, yeah, kills him. And then like towards the end of the movie where they go into the whole, war games or whatever, and you have that whole sequence where he's like pulling all the paintball rounds out of the guns. He's putting live fucking ammunition in.
Right.
Like, it's just so ridiculous.
It kind of made me sad, alright, because I feel like it was so fucked up that he changed out those live rounds like that. And homeboy got actually killed, and you're like, fuck, this was supposed to be a game. We were supposed to be having fun. But now Sheldon is dead. Like, Sheldon was a douche, but Sheldon didn't deserve to die.
Which one? Who was the douche?
Sheldon. He was the one who was like, Andy, give me 20.
What do you mean he didn't deserve to die? He was a dick for the whole movie.
But he didn't deserve to die. You don't deserve to die just because you're a dick.
Well, see, that's where our philosophies would differ. Okay, anyway. But no, then you had his nerdy friend that landed on the grenade.
Yeah, and I'm like, he definitely didn't deserve to die.
But yeah, overall, what is your rating of this movie out of 5?
Child's Play 2 out of 5.
I give Child's Play 2 a 5 out of 5.
Child's Play 2, I'm giving it a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 4. I mean, I thought it was funny. It had some good kills in there. I mean, even
That's a quotable.
yes, it had some
It had
quotables.
quotable.
Quotable.
All right, well, I guess this has been review number 3 of the Dumpster Dive, starring Amber, J, Nasty, and Robin.
It's Pepper, bitch.
Sprinkle her name right.
Pepper, we know who she is. Amber, J, Nasty, and Pepper. I mean, what do you guys think? Are we gonna continue this or what? I mean, I'm having a good time with this. This sounds like a pretty decent project. We will probably come back and let everybody know how the new Child's Play is when it comes out. I've had a great time doing this thing, working on it. Hopefully we can keep this going, and in the immortal words of the street poet Dr. Dre, till the next episode.
Womp womp womp. Keep that corny shit in the field.
Take care.